So the next thing we're gonna do is the web server. So all our DNS is done. Let me minimize this. And then let's go to IIS, Internet Information Services. There we go. Then drop down your web server. So drop this down and then go to sites. So currently no sites exist. So let's add website. And then the site name, let's give it a name of Rivan Corp-BDO. For the path, go to your BDO folder in the webs folder. So local disk, find the webs folder, and go to BDO. Click OK. And then when it comes to the binding, what IP address is going to be used whenever BDO gets accessed? Well, it's up to you. Actually, we already have a diagram, wasn't it? Oh, this one. It's NAT. So let's just pretend that's the IP of the web server, even though the DNS and the web and a lot of other services is going to use the exact same device. Let's just pretend this is a completely separate device. Next, for the host name, make sure that you assign www. So www. Was it rivancorp.com? And that's it. Whenever someone searches rivancorp.com, it's gonna be mapped to this IP addresses, this IP because of the DNS server, and it's gonna be binded with this IP, and then it's gonna go through the HTML of this physical path. Okay. Click OK, and then let's browse it first. www.rivancorp.com. Enter. Oh, and there we go. Worked immediately. Perfect. So that's it. But wait, usually when we search for browsers or when we search for websites, you just type it directly without the www, right? So if I were to search this, there we go. Okay, so that's more accurate to what I'm pointing out. And then let me access www. This one should work. Okay, good. So first off, for you to be able to search without www, you need to have a record for that. It's a completely separate record. So let's create one. New a record and just assign it with the IP address of your web server, 2088.100, and then add host. Okay, and then let's go back to our web server, and you don't really have to create another one. Just go to, where is it? Bindings. We're just gonna bind another host name to it. So rivancorp.com. And as for the IP address, 208 still. Click OK. And there we go. Close. And then minimize. And now I can search for it. rivancorp.com, press enter, and there we go. And once more, it autocomplete. Damn it, don't do that. Okay, no www. And it keeps giving me www, and it's also going HTTPS. Although that's normal. In fact, that's pretty much the standard behavior. Okay, there we go. So, perfect. Everything works. So now, well, I mean, that's it. So I guess an activity would be for you to create another one, but this time for BPI. Okay? So now let's start configuring your mail server. First off, do we create it here? Actually, yeah, fine. Since we're gonna be emailing, both on Rivan Corp and BP1, we need a mail exchanger. So just go to any one of them, right click, new mail exchanger. And you can map it, just leave this blank, it doesn't matter. This is what matters. mail.rivencorp.com. Okay, so I just mapped it to the mail, and that's all I need. Click OK. That should be fine. And then one for BPI2, because we're gonna send emails. New mail exchanger. And then mail.bp1.com. Click OK. Good. Next, go to the real PC. I do hope you also have the Thunderbird and HMail server applications. So in your real PC, access the C drive of our virtual machine. It's 192.168.102.100. C $. Enter. And then for my real PC, I'm gonna search for the app, and it's right here. So I'll just transfer HMail and Thunderbird, copy, and then I'll paste it here. And then let's go back to our virtual machine. Open HMail. Double click. So it's gonna install. Click next. Accept the terms. Default, built-in, HMail, password, Cisco123. Next, install. It should be fast enough. Come on. Run HMail server. Finish. Okay, click on the HMail server that we have, localhost, edit, and then just click save password so that we don't have to type this over and over again. Cisco123. Save. And then connect. Okay, just for precaution's sake, turn off autoban, go to settings, advanced, autoban, and then uncheck this, and then save. Okay, next up, domains. So first off, let's create a domain for rivencorp.com and register it in our database. Domains, add the domain of rivencorp.com. Save, create an account, 2 accounts, add 1. Always start with support. Password Cisco123. Maximum size, I don't know, 50. Doesn't matter. It's like we're gonna send a few emails anyway. Save. Create another account. And then I guess it's up to you, whatever account you want. I'll just give it an Cisco123. Size is 50, whatever, doesn't matter. Save. Okay. Next, create another domain, this time for bp1.com. bp1.com. Save. And then inside bp1.com, give it an account. One for support. The other is gonna be for, another person or user. Save. One more. I don't know. Who's a good character? Kim. There we go. Password Cisco123. Size 50. Save. Alright. Next up. Thunderbird. Install Thunderbird. So I don't think this has too many steps. In fact, I think it's just next. Next. Standard. Next. Thunderbird. Finish. Alright, so let's create the names. So let's start from, I guess, top to bottom. BP1 first. So let's start with Kim. Actually, support. So this is BP1 support. BP1 support. Email BP, was it support at bp1.com. It must match with the one assigned here. So right here, up here. It should match there exactly. Password, you know what you've typed. Cisco123 or whatever. Configure manually. Configure manually. IMAP or POP. IMAP for real time. Go ahead, type here IMAP. And then for outgoing server, you can type IMAP here. It's gonna work. But typically, you use SMTP. It's literally what it is. Simple mail transfer protocol. And make sure that these two records exist for BP1. So SMTP, oh, look at this. My bad. This is SMTP, not PT. And it seems that I will have to delete this and I can't edit it. Delete, yes. A record, no, it's an alias. SMTP. Mail.bp1.com. There we go. So it doesn't hurt to double check. IMAP SMTP. Okay. Then retest. There we go. Perfect. And I would highly recommend to take note of the port numbers. Port numbers. So click done. I understand. And then confirm. And we have support. Go and click the hamburger icon over here and new account and then mail. So the GUI changes, I don't know why, but it does. Next, we're gonna do one for who's next? Kim. Give it a full name. I don't know, Kim Chu or something. Email address is kim@bp1.com. Continue. It's gonna look up, and okay, so that's fine. IMAP, POP. No, we're gonna go for IMAP. You have to edit configuration. Don't click continue. It's gonna use configs from the internet. So go to edit configuration. Okay, so there we go. Protocol, host name, IMAP. Good. Next. Port number, connection, none. Insecure, like it doesn't matter. That's fine. So there we go, BP1 IMAP. Actually, we don't have to do much here. Click continue. And then the outgoing, SMTP. That's fine. SMTP still. Port 587. Perfect. Test. And then continue. Credentials, Cisco123. And then continue. And when it comes to this, just close it. It doesn't matter. It's gonna ask you to like connect using other services. Okay, so continue, finish. Okay, so there we go. Try it out yourself. Add the ones for Rivan Corp. Add the 2 users for Rivan Corp into the mail server. Okay, so do that on your own. And yeah,